Hey, Pigiote back for another Ryzen update. Today is the day that AMD Ryzen 7 CPUs are officially released and the NDA agreement is lifted. This, of course, means that it's benchmark galore, particularly with the 1800X. But before I dive into the benchmarks that I've sourced from Ars Technica, let's look at the test benches that the Ryzen system is going up against. Firstly, the three X99 Intel systems feature the 6950X, 6900K and 5960X, 32 gigs of DDR4 RAM at 3000 MHz running in quad channel, and a Corsair H110i GT all-in-one liquid cooler. The Z270 system features the i7 7700K, 16 gigs of DDR4 RAM at 3000 MHz, and a Corsair H100 liquid cooler. Finally, the Ryzen system is using the Ryzen 7 1800X and the same DDR4 RAM clocked at 3000 MHz from the X99 system. It's also running on a top-of-the-line X370 chipset motherboard, and as far as cooling goes, it is using the Noctua U12S air cooler. I think that it's also worth mentioning that all the benchmarks were conducted at 1080p, as this can help uncover the GPU bottlenecks, making the game rely more on the CPU. All the tests were using the GTX 1080. So, first up, the gaming benchmarks. As seen, the 1800X seems to lag behind the 7700K more, as this chip is known to be a very good chip at single-threaded workloads. However, die-hard gamers will probably benefit more from the single-core power and much higher clock speeds delivered by the 7700K. Next up, the synthetic benchmarks. These benchmarks show that the multi-threaded performance is on par and sometimes better than the 6900K, proving that they are in direct competition. In the handbrake benchmark, the 1800X does very well, coming close with only 3 frames per second separating the 10-core 6950X from the 1800X. Overall, the 1800X does very well throughout the synthetic benchmarks in multi-threaded workloads. However, the 7700K is still king of the single-threaded performance tests. To conclude, I think it's evident that the 1800X fills an important gap in the market by providing a better value 8-core 16-thread experience than you would get with the 6900K, which costs double that of the 1800X. However, it is clear that for gaming, Intel provide the best experience as the 7700K offers higher performance gaming at a lower price tag. Although, I feel that the cheaper chips, namely the R5 lineup from AMD, will be very interesting to look forward to, as they may offer a better or similar gaming experience than Intel at a lower price. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more Ryzen updates.